So today I thought it might be fun if we looked at some weird things American people think about Irish people. I've compiled this list from various comments I've seen under videos and also from my patrons who gave me some ideas. Quick disclaimer before I start, this list is not talking about every American person or every Irish person. It's just a list on the internet for fun, and we shouldn't take it too seriously. Or life for that matter, we shouldn't take life too seriously because it's all about just having fun until one day we are no more. So, like no. That came out bleaker than intended. Let's just do the list. Coming in at number 10, everybody in Ireland is an alcoholic. Apparently, this is something people actually think. And to be fair, Irish people do have an inherent drinking culture. When we're sad, we drink. When we're happy, we drink. We celebrate, we drink. We mourn, we drink. It's a Friday, we drink. On a Saturday, we drink. And if you're just, want to drink, you have a drink. It's a culture. However, from what I've seen, it's not that different than most Western societies. I, for example, am sure able to hold a drink. I'm the coolest. But as it happens, I don't actually drink very often, maybe once a month, if that. And lots of people I know don't drink all the time. A lot of people I know do drink all the time, but as I said, not that much more than any other culture. We do have a funny attitude to it in Ireland, I'll grant you that. However, when it comes to the whole alcoholic thing, I definitely don't think we have more alcoholics than anywhere else. And we certainly don't use that term terribly often, alcoholic, as in alcoholic, unless we're having a deep and meaningful conversation. It tends to be more the term fond of a drink. So if somebody you know passes out a lot and throws up on themselves, you'd say they're fond of a drink, not they're an alcoholic. I don't know why we use that term, it's just what we say. It's a bit less offensive or something. Next up, everybody in Ireland has Irish names. Funny enough, yeah, a lot of people in Ireland have Irish names because as it happens, Irish names are kind of beautiful. There are a lot of guys called Paddy and a lot of guys called Colm and a lot of Aoifes and a lot of Siobhans. But you're just as likely to find a Bradley or a Sarah or a Chase. I actually don't know anybody called Chase. I don't know why I said Chase. Stop saying Chase. And also you can turn any random name into an Irish name by putting a Mac or an O in front of it. Mac, by the way, means son of and O means daughter of. Every name has an Irish translation. So are there a lot of Irish names in Ireland? Sure. But there are also a lot of regular names too. Next up, all Irish people can Irish dance. No, I can assure you, having gone to the Gaeltacht, that's Irish college, not all Irish people can Irish dance. Some Irish people dance Irish very badly. To the point that we had a guy in Irish college called Fleilílim Guy. He was a terrible dancer. I wonder where he is today. In most schools in Ireland, when it comes to dancing, you'll certainly learn Irish dancing in junior school. But not necessarily the really, really good Irish dancing, like with the leg kicking and stuff. You just learn the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, switch. That's what you learn. It's so basic. You just shuffle from foot to foot, really. And when it comes time to do the end of the year show, the dance teacher will go bloopers and they'll make you go like this with your arms with another student and everyone will go through. It looks mad and cool. But no, not every Irish person can Irish dance, but they can probably do a little 1, 2, 1, 2 if they are coordinated in any way. Next up, this one kind of took me by surprise and almost made me a bit sad when I heard it. People had heard that Ireland was kind of dangerous. And in this instance, they were talking about it being a war zone. Ireland is not a war zone, or it certainly hasn't really been in my lifetime. And what they're referring to is the troubles in Northern Ireland. So, if you didn't know, quick, very general history lesson. Part of the island that is Ireland is Northern Ireland, and that is owned by the British, and the rest of Ireland is a republic. And obviously, people feel that that part should belong to Ireland, or other people feel that that part should remain part of Britain. And that's where the conflict comes in. I am way oversimplifying here, but I'm just giving you the broad strokes. And for a really, really long time, there was a lot of horrible stuff that happened, but in 1994, there was declared a ceasefire, where people ceased fire. And since then, the majority of that stuff has kind of been lying dormant, slightly under the surface. It is not dangerous to go to Northern Ireland. It is a lovely place to go with really friendly people. And people cross borders. It's all good right now. Lovely places to visit, both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So go for it. You have nothing to fear, but fear itself. Next up, you will see a leprechaun in Ireland. Leprechauns aren't real, I'm sorry. one is kind of a funny one, that Irish people dress old-fashioned. I can see where this comes from. A lot of depictions of Ireland would have the Aran sweater, woolly clothes, and a lot of films set in Ireland take place in the past. But people in Ireland don't go around wearing woolly jumpers all the time. Well, I do wear woolly jumpers a lot. But just regular woolly jumpers. A lot of people in Ireland are extremely fashion forward, as it happens, and even more so in the last maybe 5 years. Fashion has become a big thing with the influx of Instagram and global culture. We actually look at other parts of Europe and think that they dress old-fashioned. So do Irish people dress old-fashioned? No, not really. The next one is language. There seem to be two sides of the coin on this one. Number one is that all Irish people can speak Irish and they speak Irish all the time. And number two is that Irish is a dead language. And actually, neither one of those is true. So the dominant language spoken in Ireland is English. That came along with the whole British invasion thing. The Irish people had to speak English under threat of violence. However, Irish is spoken today in a lot of counties in Ireland, and there is a large movement to make Irish spoken more. If you start school in Ireland at a certain age, I believe it's below 6, you are obliged to take Irish right through school and into your leaving certificate, your leaving school exams when you turn 18. However, there is a big problem in that Irish is generally understood not to be taught well in the curriculum. I remember when I was in school learning off lines and lines and lines and not knowing what they actually meant. I remember learning how to say the donkey went to the circus, something I never needed to know, but it was just never taught in a way that I could understand. And a lot of people in Ireland feel that way too. So there does need to be a huge change to the curriculum. However, a lot of cool things are happening with Irish. There are communities that are speaking Irish more and more, and there are even television shows in Irish language. So fingers crossed, Irish is spoken more throughout Ireland and is taught a lot better in schools going forward. Next up, we all live on farms. No, we don't all live on farms. In the capital city of Dublin, there aren't any farms, though the grass is a lot greener here, I'll grant you that. There are lots of cities in Ireland. There's Cork, Galway, Limerick, and a lot of people live in apartments and flats. Very cosmopolitan living style. However, there are a lot of farms in Ireland. We are blessed with beautiful land and the grass is so green. But the bulk of people don't live on a farm. Next up, everybody in Ireland is super duper talented. Okay, I might be a little biased here, but I'm gonna say it. Per capita, we have a lot of talented people. The Irish are inherently good storytellers, great singers, musicians, and poets alike. We have a way with words that's both cultural and, I guess, in our DNA. Not scientifically speaking in our DNA, just, the term in our DNA. When it comes time for entertainment at a wedding, you can guess that 90% of the people in the room are going to be able to pull out an instrument or sing a song. But you'll never be bored if you're stuck at a bar with an Irish person. Why would you be stuck at a bar with an Irish person? I don't know. I'm just saying for the sake of argument. But globally speaking, there is a lot of talent that comes out of our tiny little island. Musicians, sports people, writers, actors. We're a very small country, you have to remember, and given that, there are a lot of people in those industries abroad doing very well. And finally, the number one weird thing Americans think about Irish people is that we eat a lot of potatoes. Well, yeah, we do eat a lot of potatoes. And this goes back to the famine, but even today we eat a lot of potatoes. We eat roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, boiled potatoes, hash browns, waffles, chips, potato fries. I don't know, I can't think of any more. I was hoping to go for at least 10 there, but I just can't off the top of my head. If you can think of any more potato types, name them in the comments. But yes, potatoes are a big staple of our diet. You will rarely find yourself at a meal without some form of potato, so if you come here, throw yourself into it. Eat all the potatoes. Nom nom nom, potatoes. I know you like it when I say potatoes. I hope you're happy now. And that's about it. I'd really like your input on the list for Friday, so let me know some weird things that people seem to think about America. I'm a little late in thanking a couple of people on my Patreon, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you all their names just for the crack. Sarah, Cliff, Glenn, Elaine, David, Brandon, Barry, William, Jeff, Mike, Barry, Philip, Steve, Tom, Sarah, Paul, Jody, Carrley, Robert and Lorraine. Thank you so much, guys. Your contribution is helping this channel a lot. So that's it for my list today. Feel free to engage with one another in the comments in a respectful way. Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you have to be rude. Or does it? No, it doesn't. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye. Sarah Sarah, Cliff, Glenn, Elaine, David, Brandon, Barry. Sarah, Cliff, Glenn, Elaine, David, Brandon, Barry, William, Jeff, Mike, Barry, Philip. Sarah, Cliff, Glenn, Elaine, David, Brandon, Brandon, Barry, William, Jeff, Mike, Tom, Sarah, Paul. Did I say Sarah already? Jody, Carly, Robert, Lorraine. Ha. Next up, Leprechaun. Next up, Leprechauns. Next up, the Irish duel.
I don't even want to be here. My mommy just makes me do the videos. This is intense dog labour. I'm going to go out of frame just to annoy my mommy.